There are so many different neighborhoods here in Santa Rosa that all offer something completely different, and that's exactly what we are going to get into in this episode. What's up, guys? My name is Danny M. Cronin. I'm a real estate agent right here in Santa Rosa with W Real Estate, and if this is your very first time to my channel, please do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button so you are notified next time I release a video, which is once a week, every single week on Fridays, all having to do with living in or moving to the Sonoma County area. Without further ado, let's hop right into this week's video. What neighborhood fits you the best in Santa Rosa? All right, so the very first neighborhood I want to talk about, and I talk about it a lot, but I think it's worth mentioning because it is incredible. It's a great spot to be, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. This is one of the most affordable neighborhoods in all of Santa Rosa, so that's why I always make sure I mention it, and that is the West End neighborhood in Santa Rosa. The West End neighborhood is awesome for several different reasons. The very first one being its proximity to downtown Santa Rosa. The West End neighborhood is a little tiny neighborhood, an older neighborhood behind Railroad Square, which was basically Santa Rosa's very first downtown before the one that we all know and love today was built. Price points here, as I mentioned, are a lot less than a lot of the neighborhoods here in Santa Rosa and Sonoma County as a whole. I mean, you can still see homes, single family homes selling in this neighborhood for the $400,000 and $500,000 range, which lately, as the market progresses and gets even more crazy, is something unheard of right now, especially in Santa Rosa. You have Aroma Roasters right next door. I talk about that all the time. Definitely my favorite coffee shop in all of Santa Rosa. My wife and I go there. We bring our 1-year-old every single Sunday, and it's a cool spot to be. Like, just the history of that neighborhood. It's artsy. There's little bungalow style homes. They are older homes, so they were built, you know, with a lot more space than a lot of the homes that are built today are. So that's definitely a selling point if you don't want to be right on top of your neighbor. You want to be in an area where there's a lot to do and it's still affordable. Definitely check out the West End neighborhood. By far one of my favorite neighborhoods in all of Santa Rosa. The second neighborhood I just got to talk about is my neighborhood, and that is Loma Heights. The Loma Heights neighborhood is a neighborhood on the east side of Santa Rosa, so it's just under Fountain Grove and just above the JC neighborhood. I'll dive into those neighborhoods a little bit later on in this video. But Loma Heights, it's incredible because you're still on the east side of Santa Rosa, so you're close to downtown, you're close to all the good food, all the good restaurants, all the good fun things to do, and you have so much privacy. This is like a super established older neighborhood that Santa Rosa has, and it's incredible because we still have those beautiful mountain views while still being so close to downtown. We have privacy, there's trees all over the place, the homes are way spread out. I mean, truly, in my opinion, this is definitely like the top 3 best neighborhoods in all of Santa Rosa. Just for that reason, you get the privacy, but you're still 5 minutes away from downtown. Truly incredible. If that's something you're interested in, you want the privacy, but you still want to be close. You don't necessarily want to be out in the country or on the outskirts of town, but you still want that privacy in close proximity to downtown and good stuff to do. Look no further. I mean, Loma Heights is just an incredible neighborhood, super established. All the neighbors that have been there for so long. It's a fun place to raise a family. We have my little guy now, and we're slowly, he's, you know, almost 1.5, so we're kind of getting to that point where we can start and go and hang out with people and do stuff like that. So I'm so excited to experience all of that in the Loma Heights neighborhood. Another neighborhood to mention here is the northwest side of Santa Rosa. Obviously, this isn't necessarily a neighborhood. It's kind of the whole northwest. A lot of things to do here. I was actually born and raised on this side of town. You're close to the ice arena. I talk about this place all the time. My favorite place to go when I was a kid. I played hockey from 6 to 21. Had a blast there. So if you're into skating, if you're into playing hockey, maybe you have young kids, you're trying to get them into something, definitely check out the ice arena. But on the northwest side of town, kind of on the opposite side of that, there is what we have that's called Sebastopol Road. And if you are into Mexican food, you need to purchase a home here in the northwest side of town because there's so many good Mexican restaurants. They have taco trucks to like the best Mexican restaurants to me in the world. I mean, again, I was born and raised on this side of town, so I used to come here all the time and just eat the best Mexican food. Now that I live on the east side of town, I definitely still think the northwest section of Santa Rosa has good Mexican food. But apart from all of that, if you're looking at housing, northwest side statistically does have more affordable housing than the east side or the southeast side of Santa Rosa. So price points here, I'm seeing a lot in the $600,000 range. Definitely some still available in the high fives, low sixes, but for the most part, we're in the 650 to like 680 range from what I have been seeing. Proctor Terrace neighborhood is definitely one worth mentioning. This is a historical part of town. It's right next to the McDonald neighborhood, which we will certainly get into later on in this video. But here it's awesome. It's on the east side of Santa Rosa, so you have proximity to downtown and all that downtown has to offer. But you're right next door to the McDonald neighborhood, which is one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in all of Santa Rosa. And make sure you stick around because I'm certainly going to be jumping right into that neighborhood and basically everything you can expect with that neighborhood. But again, Proctor Terrace, older, established, downtown access. Price points here are pretty high, definitely in the $1 million range and above. Depending on where you live, you can still kind of find homes in the Grace Tract area, which is the Proctor Terrace neighborhood. For the eights, you know, maybe 7, 8, 900,000. But for the most part, it's going to be $1 million and above. But here, the houses are huge. Again, older neighborhood, bigger lots, bigger setbacks, more room from neighbors. And walking through this neighborhood is incredible. You can just kind of feel the nostalgia. I love Proctor Terrace Elementary, and there's a street right off of that. And it's like a scene out of a movie when you're walking down this street. There's redwood trees everywhere. Every single house is different. There's no such thing as tract housing when it comes to Proctor Terrace because that's just not how they built them back in the day. So if these are some of the things you're looking for, Proctor Terrace neighborhood is incredible for that. And honestly, I love this place. So jumping over again to the west side of Santa Rosa, we have the Luther Burbank neighborhood right next door to Luther Burbank's Home and Gardens. This is a cool neighborhood, another older established. You're gonna see a lot of homes built in this neighborhood in the like 30s, 40s, and 50s. A lot smaller homes. The one downside to this neighborhood is that they have one-way streets. I know Tupper Street, it's not a one-way street, but it's a very, very, very small street. There's cars parked on either side, on both sides, all the way down the street. So it does make it a little hard to navigate. Again, the houses are a little smaller over here, a little more on top of each other, but it is still such a great neighborhood. And I think it's got a lot of potential in Santa Rosa. Just because the proximity, you're literally walking distance from downtown. There's Luther Burbank, there's downtown. In front of that is kind of the east side of Santa Rosa. So you have the JC, McDonald, Proctor Terrace neighborhoods like that. So you're still kind of in that walking distance and close proximity to downtown. 3rd Street Ale Works, super close. Some great local craft beer places right here in Santa Rosa that you have walking distance to. A lot of events happen downtown Santa Rosa. So it's cool being within just a few steps of downtown. But this is a great neighborhood. Price points are a lot lower than most of Santa Rosa. So if that's what you're into, price points, then definitely you got to check out this neighborhood. The JC neighborhood, a neighborhood I will always have love for. This is a neighborhood that when I met my wife, we lived in this neighborhood for a couple years before we had our son and then moved up to Loma Heights. But there's just not enough good things I can say about the JC neighborhood. The neighbors there are all super, super friendly. We had such good experiences here. There's Humboldt Park right down the street. If you have kids, great park to go to. It's also really close to Franklin Park, which is just basically Humboldt Park on steroids. There's a huge grass area. There's places to play soccer. There's basketball courts. There's a play structure. So many fun things to do if you have a kid in this neighborhood. A lot of fun places to go that are nearby. There's a really good Mexican restaurant right on Lewis Street that is absolutely incredible. My wife and I went there all the time. They got Canivries right there on Lewis as well, which is probably the best Italian food. You know, there's a lot in Santa Rosa that's good, but Canivries is definitely top 5 if you're into like quick. I always get the meatball sub there. That's absolutely incredible. Price points here have definitely shot up over the last couple of years. My wife and I, we sold the house over there for $605. Now homes in that neighborhood are definitely in the like 7s and 8s. So that neighborhood is certainly coming up. It's one of the neighborhoods that I think a lot of people want to get into just because of its overall vibe and proximity to certain places. You know, it's in kind of that upper east side of Santa Rosa, so you're close to Loma Heights, Fountain Grove, and neighborhoods like that. So it's always been a place where people want to end up, and you can certainly see why. I mean, it's a great spot to be, and price points are definitely going up. And the most historical neighborhood in all of Santa Rosa is the McDonald neighborhood. I've made several videos about this neighborhood. It's just the best neighborhood in my opinion in all of Santa Rosa. I mean, the street is incredibly wide. All the homes there are just beautiful. They were built in the early 1900s, all super different. You see a lot of like Victorian homes here. The street's super wide. It always trips me out when I go over there because you just don't see streets that wide anymore. My wife and I take our dog and kid over there every once in a while just to walk up and down the street, just to like experience it. There's just something special about the McDonald neighborhood. I don't know if it's because it's super old or the homes are just absolutely incredible. I could walk that street every single day for the rest of my life and be super happy, because just seeing these homes in their beauty is just an amazing thing to see. So being in the McDonald district, you're close to Proctor Terrace. You're on, again, that east side of Santa Rosa, Montecito Heights, right above Proctor Terrace. So you have that downtown access, great food, great things to do. You're right there basically on Highway 12, so you can navigate super easy. You're really close to the freeway. You can head east and go out to Oakmont, just a couple minutes away from this neighborhood, which is a senior neighborhood, 55 and older. And just what else can I say? This place is amazing. I'm putting some B-roll behind the video now so you guys can actually enjoy what it is I'm talking about, and so you can see it. Great place to be. Price points are way up there. Definitely nothing under $1 million in this neighborhood. So $1 million and above. A lot of those homes are like 1.2, 1.5, even some 2 millions up there. But the houses are huge. So if you have the capital for this neighborhood and you're looking for a giant home, super private, probably the best area in all of Santa Rosa, then McDonald neighborhood you need to definitely check out. And that is going to wrap up this week's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, again, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I drop a video once a week, every single week, all having to do with Santa Rosa. Also, if you're into maybe not watching videos as much as you are listening, check out my podcast, Living in Sonoma County, available on every single platform that you listen to music and podcasts on. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you guys need any real estate help at all, please give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. All my info is down below. I make all this content, but at the end of the day, I am a real estate agent and would love nothing more than to help you pick the neighborhood that fits you best. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.